Hello and welcome to Tickled Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you something that I tried to show you last April, and that was one of my favorite things, the Stampin' Up! Stamparatus. It is so fun to use, and it just so happened that a friend of mine asked me to make her some note cards, and she wants 12 of them, and the Stamparatus is perfect when you have more than one card to do. You can use it for one card, but it's really great when you have several cards that you want to make at one time. So I am going to show you one of my favorite tools of Stampin' Up. So let's get at it. Okay, this is our Stamparatus. It comes in a plate like this that has a grid on it. And when you're using our cling stamps, this grid is real nice to use with those. On the back of the plate is a spot for both of your magnets to fit. Now, your magnets won't come with tape on them, but every demonstrator puts tape on them because they are so magnetized. They're very, very strong, and you can't get them apart unless you have tape on them. So that's why I have that special tape. The Stamparatus also comes with this pad that is used with our photopolymer stamps. And this pad is really nice if all you're going to do is stamp different images and then cut them out. However, because I'm doing several different cards at the same time, I went and purchased a different pad that has a grid on it that will work just as well with our photopolymer stamps, and it will help me center everything and get it together straight. Your Stamparatus also comes with two plates. These plates fit real well right inside the groove, and they're both have grids on them as well. I think you can see that okay. And so we're going to place them right in here. Now, because I'm used to using my Stamparatus this way, I'm going to turn it that way. And tonight we're going to use our jar of flower stamp set. We're going to be using the big jar, the small pot, I guess you could call it, and this set of flowers and the stems. So I'm going to get those ready. My little jar I'm actually going to put on a separate block, or the pot I should say, and you'll know why in a little bit. The stamps that we're using tonight are actually reversible, and I don't know that you can tell, but it does show it on the cover. You can stamp on this side that has the print on it, and you can also stamp on the back that is just solid. And we're going to be using a little bit of both as we work with these. All right, this is the card that she asked for me to make. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to take one sheet of paper at a time, because we're going to do it a little differently than what you just saw. And I'm going to put this about there. I think that'll be the right space that I need. I'm going to put this on top just to make sure that I am going to have enough room up top and on the bottom when this is all said and done. Whoops. Okay. And then we're going to center it a little more. We're going to put our plate down, press it down, and it will come right up. Then what you want to do is you want to use your stamp case as a brace. So we're going to put that right there. We're using our Pool Party ink pad because I think this one is the closest to what a real jar would look like. So I'm going to stamp that. See if I can move this over so you can see it a little better. And then we're going to, whoop, my card slipped. Come on. Then we're going to bring this over. I want to make sure that it's on here correctly because it did move. Okay, and then we're going to lightly press it down and bring it up, and there you have your jar. All right, now you can keep that just as it is, right where it is. I'm going to take our little one and I'm going to ink this one, and I actually have the print side down and the solid side is what I'm inking. And what I'm going to do, let's see, I got to put this where you can see it. I'm going to press down that way because it gets really dark. And then I'm going to line it up with this, and I'm going to press it in here, and that makes it look like it's got water in it. Okay? So that takes care of that one. Then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put on another stamp. This one is going to hold our stems. So I'm going to line the stems up right where I want them. And I'm going to press this stamp on this side. And this time we're going to use our shaded spruce ink. And again, I'm going to use my case to press on these. Make sure they all get inked up. And then I'm going to go right in here, lightly press it down. Oh, see, that didn't go very well, so I'm going to do this again. I'm going to press it a little harder this time. And voila! That's the other great thing about the Stamparatus, is if it doesn't go quite right the first time, you can do it again and it'll work. All right, I'm going to see if I can get this just a bit closer so you can actually see what I've been doing. There we go. So first we did the jar with it on this side. I had it stamped here on this side, and I flipped it over. Then I flipped the whole window over, and we put the stems on it, and I put the stems in there. So we did all of that with one plate, and also I put my little vase or little pot that I used the back side to make it look like there's water in there. Okay, now I'm going to add my flowers. And what happened to the flower set? Here it is. Okay, now this time I'm going to put my magnet down here so that I have room to figure out where my flowers are going to go. And I'm going to go just a tad over the top of the jar so it looks like they're on the stems. I'm going to press that up. All right. And for the purpose of you seeing what I'm doing, I'm going to turn this around this way. This time I'm going to use my black memento. And we're going to ink these up. And I forgot to put it down like that. That gives you more stability, then you're not missing anything. All right, and then we're just going to lay that right over, bring it up, and voila, we have our flowers. And now I can take that off and I have my whole set ready to go. All I need to do is color it. So now you see all the fun things that you can do with the Stamparatus, because you have all these different plates and you can switch them around with your stamps and put it all together in one setting without having to remove the stamp and put another one on the block and then stamp that and then remove that and put the other one, you aren't going back and forth. You can do it all at once. I'm now going to clean my stamps with my chamois, and this is a tool that we have that is wet. I keep it in a separate case so that I can keep it wet, and I just wipe my stamps down that way, and that helps keep them clean. All right, so now you see how easy and how fun it is to use the Stamparatus. If you would be interested in this tool to help you with your stamping, be sure to check out my shop. Go to my store and order it for yourself. I'll be glad to have it available for you. So let me just give you my addresses again. There we go. And can you read that okay? You can go to my store at Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm trying to read it and I'm having a hard time. Creating Cards with Sherry.stampinup.net and creatingcards@outlook.com if you have any questions for me. All right, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great Tuesday.